Hello Mandelians, in this video we're going to take a close look at Bruce Almighty. This movie stars Jim Carrey and he is in a very exclusive club along with Tom Hanks. They are both in a number of movies that we're concerned with, and so Mr. Carrey will be our first movie marker for Bruce Almighty. We have another movie marker that occurs right before the movie even starts. It is the animated DVD menu you use to start the movie. They used footage from the movie to make this DVD's menu. They used the part of the movie where Bruce puts stars in the sky and also erases one. In the menu, though, he is adding options you can select like play and languages, but the word languages is spelled with an extra S. Instead of erasing a star like he does in the movie, he erases an S from the end of the languages option. If you know the Mandela Effect, you know that the letter S has been removed repeatedly from a variety of things. Hillshire Farm, Sally Field, Daylight Saving Time, and some other things. We'll put this on our list of movie markers for sure. This movie starts with the Universal Pictures logo. We are at 12 seconds in the movie and we are looking at the continent of South America. South America is possibly the most familiar geographic Mandela effect, so that will be a movie marker for us. Okay, here's a good one. The Pillsbury Doughboy, aka Poppin' Fresh, is mentioned at 4 minutes in the movie. He lost his blue neckerchief, and you can find residue for this one pretty easy. At 6 minutes 27 seconds, Bruce says Walter Cronkite's famous sign-off phrase, and that's the way it was. This is a Mandela effect. Sign-offs by Walter Cronkite now have him saying, and that's the way it is. Our main character, Bruce, says it the way it used to be, so this is residue, and it is a movie marker. At 8 minutes 59 seconds in the movie, we see a sign that says you on it. You as in E-W-E. A ewe can be a sheep or a lamb, and the lion and the lamb Bible verse is the most well-known of all the biblical Mandela effects, if I would dare say. Let's take a look at our list of movie markers thus far. This movie is looking pretty special already. At 9 minutes 11 seconds in the movie, we see Steve Carell, whose name was changed by the Mandela Effect. His name used to have 2 R's in it. I have an anchor memory for this one. Carell Road is an important road where I used to live. At 11 minutes 16 seconds, we hear Bruce's boss mention Niagara Falls. Many people remember it being spelled Niagara, N-I-A-G-R-A, with one less A in there. We're adding this as a movie marker on our list. At 16 minutes 4 seconds in our movie, Bruce calls some poor lady Katharine Hepburn's mom. Wow, that is cold. It's also a Mandela effect. The spelling of Katharine Hepburn's first name changed. We'll put this one on our list. Bruce mentions the Titanic at 16 minutes 9 seconds in the movie, and that ship is definitely the subject of multiple Mandela effects. We are putting a Mandela movie marker on our list for this. A few seconds later, at 16 minutes 12 seconds, Bruce mentions Leonardo DiCaprio. History shows that Mr. DiCaprio did not win an Oscar until 2016, but many people remember him winning one before that. That's one more movie marker for our list. At 17 minutes 15 seconds, Bruce is having a meltdown, and he thrusts his fist towards a camera. Some people remember him thrusting a middle finger towards the camera, and not the fist that we see now. At 18 minutes 11 seconds, we see a $ pendant around someone's neck, and the $ has definitely been pointed to as a Mandela effect. We will put this one on our list. At 21 minutes 25 seconds in the movie, Bruce refers to someone as a Joker. The Joker villain from Batman fame is the subject of some Mandela effects people have been commenting on. This will be a movie marker also. Let's update our list and see where we're at. At 32 minutes 53 seconds, Bruce mentions Clint Eastwood, and a moment later in the movie, we hear the word punk. This is a clear reference to a famous line from Clint Eastwood's film, Dirty Harry. That line was changed by the Mandela Effect, so we'll put this on our list. At 33 minutes 35 seconds, we see a Coca-Cola logo inside a diner. The Coca-Cola logo is a Mandela Effect since its dash is in a higher position than it used to be. There is a thing with dashes. Have you noticed that? At 36 minutes 9 seconds, Morgan Freeman's God character says the name Gandhi. The spelling of Gandhi's name was changed by the Mandela Effect, so we will make this a Mandela movie marker. At 36 minutes 52 seconds in the movie, Bruce says, "Holy cow." Cow was a movie marker in The Wizard of Oz because of laughing cow cheese. The same will be true here. At 38 minutes and 5 seconds, we see an imitation USPS logo on a mailbox. The USPS logo became a Mandela Effect at some point. The letter A is now written more like a triangle, and I can't find a version of this logo that matches what I remember. At 39 minutes, 25 seconds, we hear the word monkey, and we would never forget Curious George or the tail he no longer seems to have, right? This one will be on our list also. At 42:20, we see the moon in the sky. It was a marker in previous movies we've looked at, and it will be in this one too. Here's a widely discussed one. At 47 minutes, 28 seconds, Bruce says, "Hi ho, silver, away." That is certainly going to be a Mandela movie marker. Okay, this next one, here's the deal. Let me explain. I made notes about these movies many months ago, but just recently I went through these movies much more carefully so I could write my books and make these videos. Well, in this movie, Bruce has gone through so many difficulties that I had a thought. Has he said, "Give me a break," yet? That is the Kit Kat slogan, and Kit Kat is a very well-known and widely discussed Mandela Effect. If he quotes their jingle, it will be a movie marker, right? That's what I was thinking. Having this occur to me, though, halfway through the movie, I just stopped and went back and rewatched some key moments where things fell to pieces for Bruce. I found no cries of "give me a break." The first time I went through this movie, I didn't even think of the Kit Kat slogan. It never even entered my mind. But this time around, I was looking out for it. I was on the lookout. So, you know where this is going, right? At 58 minutes, 18 seconds in the movie, Bruce is deafened by the sound of prayers he can hear in his head, and he runs out of a restaurant. What does he shout in the alley? "Give me a break." So that is going to be a movie marker for us, for sure. At 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 57 seconds in the movie, we see a huge party in honor of Bruce being promoted at work. A man and a woman pass by the camera having a conversation. Bruce has finally answered some prayers, so they are talking about the good things that have happened in their lives. He says, "My daughter pitched a no-hitter." The woman says, "I lost 47 pounds on the Krispy Kreme diet." That's funny, and it is a movie marker, too. Her comment is a reference to Subway sandwich commercials featuring convicted sex offender Jared Fogle. I looked up old Subway commercials on YouTube, and I found one with Jared saying, "I really did lose 245 pounds eating Subway sandwiches." There's a Mandela Effect for the Subway logo and also for the timeline of Jared Fogle's conviction. History says he was convicted in 2015. There is no way. I know where I was in 2015, and the Jared Fogle scandal blew up way before 2015. This list is already amazing. Check it out. A wink emoji was added to the King James Bible. You can find it in the story of how Jesus turned water into wine at a wedding. The wink emoji even fit the context of the verse it was added to. It was used meaningfully. If that isn't a compelling Mandela Effect, I don't know what is. In our movie, we are at 1 hour, 3 minutes, 3 seconds, and Bruce is pouring water from a carafe into a wine glass where it is turning into wine. Since Bruce is endowed with God's powers, just like Jesus was in the Bible, we will call this a movie marker. It's clearly a reference to a Mandela-affected part of the Bible. At 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 7 seconds, the dog changes the TV channel to the movie It's a Wonderful Life. Take a look at the online discussions about the line, "Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings." Some people remember the line being, "An angel gets its wings." I find this Mandela effect interesting since it fits an established pattern. Field of Dreams, Brady Bunch theme song, Volvo. The concept behind these Mandela effects is mail. At 1 hour, 9 minutes, 6 seconds, we see a message written into the trees. One specific shot in the movie shows "and ever" written repeatedly into tree after tree. This is the exact phrase that has gone missing from the end of the Lord's Prayer. The part of the Lord's Prayer that says, "in earth," changed, but if you look online, you will find that people remember this end part changing too. People remember it saying, "and the glory forever and ever. Amen." It now reads, "and the glory forever. Amen." That makes this part of the movie a Mandela movie marker on our list. You know what? We're still going. There's more. At 1 hour, 9 minutes, 43 seconds in the movie, we see an advertisement on TV for a video called "Sweatin' to Bruce." You know this one, right? Richard Simmons was famous for his series of Sweatin' to the Oldies videos, and Richard Simmons is a Mandela effect. His ubiquitous sweatband has disappeared from his head. This is another movie marker on our list. At 1 hour, 10 minutes, 5 seconds, we see the clouds in the sky form a heart shape. The human heart is a Mandela effect, so this will be another one on our list. The movie mentions Transformers at 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 9 seconds, and there is a Mandela effect for that. There is much discussion online about how a movie called Transformers Dark of the Moon used to be called Transformers Dark Side of the Moon. This will be a movie marker on our list. And did you notice the recurring theme here? At 1 hour, 16 minutes, 15 seconds, we see a homeless person holding a misspelled sign that says, "Thy kingdom come." That is another reference to the Lord's Prayer, "Thy kingdom come." But we already have this movie marker. At 1 hour, 20 minutes, 15 seconds, we see the same homeless man, but now he is holding a sign that says, "All for one." It may be misspelled, but that is a clear reference to the famous motto of the Three Musketeers. Remember that from The Truman Show? Bruce Almighty and The Truman Show were made by different movie companies, different directors and writers, but they both contain a reference to this saying. We're going to call it a Mandela effect and make it a movie marker on our list. At 1 hour, 22 minutes, 6 seconds, Bruce quotes Hippocrates by saying, "Desperate times call for desperate measures." The famous oath that bears Hippocrates' name, the Hippocratic Oath, has changed. It no longer says, "First do no harm," as people seem to recall. At 1 hour, 33 minutes, 9 seconds, there are outtakes shown during the credits, and we hear the word "rainbow." This will be a movie marker here, just like it was in The Wizard of Oz. At 1 hour, 33 minutes, 19 seconds in the movie, Jim Carrey starts singing the Oompa Loompa song from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That is a Mandela effect and another movie marker. It's time to look at the final list of Mandela movie markers for Bruce Almighty. How about that list? This is the longest one so far, for sure. Any Mandelian looking at this list can just glance over it and think, wow. If you have researched the Mandela effects on this list, it should be painfully obvious that what is happening here is way, way beyond the realm of coincidence. Most of these were already familiar to me when I started watching this movie. I thought the erasing of the letter S on the DVD's menu was particularly compelling, as I've seen that pattern so many times. Is this movie special? Is it important to us? Shall we accept it and consider it meaningful and see what it has to say to us? Definitely. We've got the right one, and the morals we find in this movie are very easy to see. At one point, our main character is doing a live news broadcast where every person in attendance shouts in unison, "Be the miracle." In other words, we can do amazing things when we apply ourselves. Similarly, Bruce has a conversation with God and is told, "That's your problem, Bruce. That's everybody's problem. You keep looking up." So the message here is that we already have what we need to do great things and succeed. It reminds me of Oz telling the Cowardly Lion, "You are under the unfortunate delusion that simply because you run away from danger, you have no courage." There is already a moral on our table for this. I called "Stop Asking for Help." We will give it another check mark for Bruce Almighty. Bruce found another way to be the miracle when he stepped aside and gave his unkind coworker the job they had been fighting over. To represent this moral, we will add "Be kind to your enemies" to our table and give it a check. Another thing Bruce learned was that he didn't need fame or fortune to be happy. He decided to be a more grateful person and enjoy the work he was doing. He proposed to his girlfriend, Grace, and found happiness in his life with her. We will add "Relationships are what matters" to our table and give it a check for this movie. I'll see you in the next video.